Metal Mayhem Festival. We've got some very special guests with us right now. Two members of the band Devil Wears Prada from Ferret Records. We've got Mike on vocals, and we've got the drummer Dan that's joining us right now in this crazy-ass weather. I mean, how many times in Albuquerque does it ever rain, except for the Metal Mayhem Festival? It seems to always have this torrential floods and these blizzard-like winds. But hey, welcome back to Albuquerque. Welcome back to the ZH2 show, man. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great other than the weather. I was trying to actually get enough wind to get lift so I could fly outside.
There you go.
But,
he's close.
Yeah, I was close.
A little bit.
Well, I got to thank Sasha. She had to move and rearrange things, and I want to thank also the fine folks at Adrenaline CR for setting this all up for us. But yeah, the weather got bad, and we had to move inside to catering or whatever they call this. I think it's something like that. And thanks to Sasha again for kind of moving things around so we can execute this interview with y'all. Another crazy touring season for the Devil Wears Prada. How are things on this tour so far? You guys are always busy, so kind of give us up to date with what's going on with you guys.
Really, we've just been, we put out a record in September of last year called Dead Throne, our fourth full length, and we've really just been touring on that. We did like an Australian headliner, 2 US headliners, South American headliner, UK headliner, and it's all just worked into this, and now we're on Mayhem. I'm very excited for it. Today's the, I want to say, 6th show, starting on main stage. It's been awesome. A lot of really great people on the tour setting up, and great crowds, and really just everything we were hoping for, and we're happy to be a part of Mayhem. We've wanted to do it for the past couple of years, and it's awesome that we finally do get to do the tour. You know, it's like our dudes in like Whitechapel and it's like Dying and all this, and it's quite wonderful.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because it's crossing some generations. I mean, here you got bands like Motorhead, you got Slipknot right in the middle, Slayer, Anthrax, and then yourselves up on that headlining stage. How does that feel to be sharing stage with such legends like that on a tremendous tour like this?
It feels pretty awesome. To be honest, it's crazy because you're right, there's like a generational thing where it's like crossing generations, and there are people that you can definitely tell are here for Slipknot or Slayer or Motorhead only, or specifically, and then come around and like come to signing and be like, I just listened to you guys last night and I loved it, I can't wait to see you, or whatever. It's really, it's a great opportunity just in general to be able to play in front of fans.
Yeah, that's always cool because you guys get a lot of people long in the tooth like myself that they'll bring their kids, and their kids will be familiar with a lot of your material, and on the flip side they'll be familiar with a lot of like Motorheads or Slayers and such, and again it's a really good culmination. It's done pretty well, so I like that.
Yeah,
now June 26th you guys just released your first live album, correct? And that was titled Dead or Alive. It's a live album and a DVD as well. You want to tell us a little bit about that? And you know, it covered the Dead Throne tour, which is the North American part of the tour.
Right.
Kind of tell us about this album.
Well, it was the first time we've actually headlined in a long time, like a headline A-Market US tour / Canada, and we finally had the opportunity to bring out as much production as we wanted, because really since the last time we did a proper headliner, it was either like we did the Back to the Roots tour, which was we played the smallest venues we could, like 3 nights in a row. So it's just like a really like aggressive, like kind of punk, like in your face type thing. And obviously when you do stuff like that, you can't bring your ramp and your lights and all the stuff you want to. So the Death Throne North America tour was the first one we did do in a while, where we could, you know, fill up a truck and do everything we wanted to visually and everything. And with doing that, it was like, let's, you know, capture it. Let's do a DVD. Let's follow up Death Throne with something else for the fans, as far as having that to see something live and, you know, have that, you know, obviously tons of fans send DVDs, and we've had like certain bonus content type stuff, but nothing like just this is the show, this is, you know, the dozen cameras, and, you know, this is the Death Throne tour. And you know, it went through a lot of editing, very meticulous editing. It's not the easiest thing to put together a live CD and DVD, but you know, we're very happy with how it turned out. It came out a week and a half ago or something, and we're just stoked to, you know, continue putting out more material for people to listen to and joy about the band.
Right. And one of the challenges, live albums are always highly anticipated. Of course, these days you get a lot of stuff that people, bootleg, or I won't say bootleg, but they'll, take their smartphones and they'll film pieces of footage of you guys' set, upload it on YouTube, and boom, everybody can see any types of pieces. But when you're actually putting together an album slash DVD that's, specifically capturing a live set for you guys, again, you mentioned there was a lot of editing and stuff. How much of it is really captured the organic stage set of Devil Wears Prada versus a lot of it being kind of polished in the studio? Sort of like, you always heard the stories about live, from Black Sabbath when they put the Live Evil, a lot of it was not really live, or, a lot of the Aussie.
I think in particular, he's talking about editing as far as video goes. Most of the audio, I mean, there's, with anything, if there's like, something that's so audible that you're like, whoa, what was that? It may have been like a mic falling off of the tom or something. Whatever it may be, it's not like we're going through and re-recording the entire set or whatever. It's just a lot of nitpicking more than anything.
Yeah, the DVD. I think the
DVD itself is pretty much shows, like you said, the organic background of the Devil Wears Prada. If you go see the show, it's pretty much exactly what you can see on the DVD. Just maybe not as good camera angles.
Right. Something kind of popped open.
Yeah. With like Death Running, I felt like it was the first time we could actually look at it as like, this is the record that actually captures a little bit of the live sound, because we've always been like, well, we're a live band, not a recorded band, because our records didn't really have the sort of aggression and the emotion that we felt like we had live. I think Dead Throne actually captured that, and then Dead and Live obviously is just another step in that direction as far as it is live. No overdubbed vocals, it's like. And, I watched the DVD and I'm like, I was off, like, that was bad, like, and if I were recording a record, you do that another, 5 times, but Dead and Alive, it's like, it needs to be, I don't like that kind of thing.
You want it to be exactly what you were doing that night.
Yeah, so it's definitely, it works to meet that sort of raw. I'm not going to say it's the most, it's not like, like it's exactly what the show was, I guess, but it's definitely pretty damn close as far as matching the show.
You can definitely hear, I mean, if you watch it start to finish, you can definitely hear parts where certain band members aren't playing exactly what's on the record, or maybe not exactly perfectly right or on time, but it definitely gives you that live emotion, like, oh wow, this is live, this is awesome. They're up there like playing what was on the CD, so it's cool.
So I got to ask, because I don't have that album quite as of yet, but is it different shows, or is it one entire show that you kind of do?
One show.
Which is cool, because when you let the audience know that you guys are filming, there's a certain amount of electricity. It's just unreal, it's hard, it's cool to capture that.
Yeah, definitely. We did like limited screen printed posters, which is something I always like to do whenever we can. So yeah, it was definitely like, if you came out to the Worcester, Massachusetts show, you knew that we were doing a DVD. And yeah,
it's definitely awesome in there too. That was a sick show.
Palladium has always been great shows, which is why we were like, when it was like, okay, we can film here, and like when the Palladium came up, it was like, yeah, like we've been playing there years and years, and it's it's New England, it's like Massachusetts, it's metal and hardcore, metalcore, and people like heavy music, so doing Palladium is definitely rad.
Very nice. Now, one of your bandmates, of course, Jeremy DePoyster, shot and edited many of the backstage, or the what would you call it? The exploits of the going ons of the day in the life of Devil Wears Prada. Was a lot of that? Did he just film the fun stuff, or did he get a lot of the stuff that captured maybe the day-to-day operations of a day like this, where horrible shit happens, where the wind goes stages and makes things kind of uneasy and uncomfortable, or maybe somebody in the band is having a conflict with somebody else? I mean, was that kind of stuff kind of captured too?
Not so much in this one. I do hope to one day be able to do like a documentary type thing where we could have a little bit more stuff like that, but it's more of like it's like a little bit of behind the scenes of how of things you don't necessarily get to see, but not necessarily any inner workings of them. It's just shots of cool things that where I have capturing. It also has like interviews from each of us, so we can each you get like a little insight to what we were thinking about the DVD. But more than anything, it was about the behind the scenes for the DVD is about the DVD itself, and less about what happened.
I think, yeah, it's definitely like a lot of it is like it breaks up into 5 groups where, you know, Chris talks about the tour, and then Andy does, he does, Jeremy does, I do, and all this. But I think one of the things that I love about Jeremy does like all of our like video web updates and stuff as well. He loves video, he loves film and all this, and I think something that I really like about the bonus content for Dead and Alive is the fact that like the very like Jeremy did the soundtrack for it as well, and just everything visually and like the whole aesthetic I think really matches what our band is. It's not like this like super like over the top obnoxious like partying. It's subtle, you know. It's quiet. Not to say that we're always subtle and quiet. Yeah. We definitely get loud and idiotic here and there. But it's cool to have Jeremy, and he even talks about it in the bonus content, is that it comes from us, and you know, obviously the video content does because it comes from Jeremy's camera, Jeremy's laptop, and all this, and then like everything, you know, as far as mixing down the audio for the DVD, mixing down all of the shots, and me watching the DVD like 12 times saying like 12-minute, 33-second and change this. Like we handle all of that, and I know that doesn't exactly work that way for a lot of bands, and that definitely applies to the bonus content that Jeremy did. And I don't know. I think that's something that I'm stoked about it. Why I'm stoked that's a part of the DVD and what Jeremy does.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's like an extension of the art that we put out, just the videos and stuff that we do as well. Put a lot of work into it.
Since we're on the subject and the topic of your live shows, and we're talking about this DVD and the CD release, of course, the whole Randy Blythe situation, that's unfortunate. Of course, you guys got to know you're probably going to hit billions of times with that question, but your thoughts and takes on it, not necessarily on the situation itself, but have you guys ever been put in a situation where it was like, whoa, we got to be careful, even though it was not necessarily your fault? I mean, people, when they come to these shows, they know what to expect, they know what they're going to do, and sometimes, I guess in my own opinion, it sounds to me like he was not at fault for what happened. It was an accident. It's like, you know, you're going to go to a show, and you know you're going to, you know, get in the kitchen and there's heat, you're going to get burned.
Yeah.
So what's your guys' take on that whole situation with Randy Blythe, the Lamb of God?
I've been asked a couple times, and I just say that, you know, I think it's like in a post-dime bag world, you know, you really can't take chances. If somebody gets on the stage, you got to get them off stage. It's not like they were throwing him off stage head first trying to kill the guy. Right. He was just trying to get him off stage. He didn't know if he was going to come up and stab him, punch him, fight him, kill him, whatever he's going to do. You know, you just can't take the chance. So I think it's like better safe than sorry by getting the person off the stage and like, you know, like I said, they weren't trying to kill the guy, they were trying to get him off the stage. And there's a barricade there for a reason, you know. They put that there for the safety of the people and the artists, both, not just for why. Yeah. Not just for fun, or effect, yeah.
Right. But we got to wrap this up real quickly. Is there anything else that you guys want to promote? You want to tell our viewers on ZH2 about what's happening with the Devil Wears Prada after this tour is done, or after you have some breaks in between?
We're going to Europe later, and then really we're not doing too much in the U.S. for a while, but we're going to start writing. We've already had a number of sit-downs where we talk about what we want to do, what we're looking for, and that's going to be coming up, and just everyone come see us on Mayhem and check out Dead and Alive, and, you know, keep up to date with us.
All right, well, once again, Mike.
Thank you for having us, man.
And Dan from Devil Wears Prada right here on ZH2. Thank you very much. Much continued success to you, gentlemen, and we'll be waiting for your set tonight.
Thanks.
Take care.